So if we can just find a comfortable seat, we're going to start in Sukhasana or easy pose today. And before we start, just kind of talking for a moment about in yoga, we have, as you know, the yamas and the niyamas. Those are called kind of the do's and don'ts or the restraints and the kind of the way that we live our lives and the way that we're able to implement the yamas and the niyamas into our life. Good morning, Sharon. So good to see you. We're starting in a seated Sukhasana this morning. Just finding a place where you feel really rooted in your body, perhaps even finding a block, a book, a pillow underneath your the base of your spine can really help you to elongate your spine. We're going to be really working along the spinal column this morning and doing lots of twists. And then even when we're standing in something like a Tadasana, really aligning with that midline energy. So all of our energy coming in through the midline. And so back to our niyamas, one of my favorite principles is svadhyaya, and svadhyaya encourages us to study the self. We can use books and scriptures and teachings and gurus, but ultimately our biggest and most beautiful teacher lies within. So encouraging us today to focus on coming inward, on moving inside the body into the darker places, allowing that yin energy to rise, and then loving ourselves to study and to look and to see exactly what rises within us throughout our practice here today. So as we begin, I'll encourage us to just take a few breaths together. If your eyes are closed, maybe slowly drop your chin slightly down towards your chest. Wherever you are in your breath pattern, taking a nice soft exhale. Keeping the mouth closed, taking a deep breath in through your nose. And a big breath out your mouth. Softening everything, shoulders, thighs, knees. Deep breath in through your nose. And a big loving breath out your mouth. Last one together. We'll take a deep cleansing breath in through the nose. And a long exhale out your mouth. Keeping the eyes closed. Resting your hands on your thighs or knees in your lap. And inviting in this beautiful principle of svadhyaya, self-study, self-love. Feel the fullness of your body weighted here to the earth. The full range of sensations both outside and within you, swirling around, reminding you of not only your humanness, but also of your ethereal, light, expansive, infinite nature. Sometimes that self-love and self-study is just simply noticing if the body is tensed in any way. Meeting yourself exactly as you are here this morning. Maybe taking a moment to set an intention. My intention this morning will be to look within, to feel, to let go where I can, and to love myself no matter where it is that I am here today. Softening once again, noticing where your breath is. If your chest is rising, see if you can soften your rib cage, bringing the breath into the belly. Belly button expands away from the spine on the inhale, softens gently towards the spine on the exhale. And before we begin, just bringing the visualization of a flame, placing it right at the center of your being, creating that tapas, that heat, that power, that self-awareness, confidence, and love. Beautiful. Taking one more deep breath in through the nose together. Big breath out your mouth as you slowly drop the chin even closer down towards your chest. Breathing in and breathing out. On your next breath here, slowly start to open your eyes and find a focal point on the earth in front of you. Maybe bringing a smile to your face, welcoming this day, and then very gently lifting your chin over your heart. Beautiful. So finding yourself in this beautiful seated, grounded posture, anchoring down through the tailbone and finding that lifted energy all the way up the spinal column as it reaches this beautiful ascension through the crown of your head. And then gently reaching your hands out to the either side of your space, create lots of space between your fingertips like stars. Again, an opportunity to draw the shoulders down the back body, tightening what we call Uddiyana Bandha here at your navel. So even locking in right at your solar plexus energy. Beautiful. Beginning on the inhale, we're going to inhale, lift the hands to the sky, fingertips touch over the crown of your head. Big exhale as you imagine clearing your space, maybe creating a rainbow or color of light that's protecting you. Again, deep breath in through the nose, fingertips kiss over the crown of your head. And a big long breath out, almost like you're moving your hands through water. Beautiful. Moving into a seated twist this time. Inhale, create the whole lift with the breath. And on the exhale, the left hand is going to come to the right knee. Right hand reaches back behind the body. As you inhale, kind of open up your fingertips and straighten your spine. And as you exhale, not really pulling or stretching or grasping too much, but just softly twisting the spinal column and gazing over your right shoulder. You'll know that this twist is really beautifully set in so that you're not twisting too much, but rather the inhale straightens the spine and the exhale gently softens at the midline like you're wringing out a sponge. We're here for one more breath, noticing, studying, loving yourself, exhaling, release, soften. On your next inhale, we're going to reach your hands over the crown of your head again. Deep breath in. And on your next exhale, right hand finds the left knee, left hand reaches back behind the body. Inhale straightens the spine slightly, not pulling or grasping. And exhale as you soften through the midline and gaze over your left shoulder. Everyone is a little bit different here. So if you notice that you might be pulling or that your toes are really tight or your knees and thighs are tight, soften your body and find that sukha or ease in each and every posture. One more deep breath in, feel your belly expand. Big breath out, maybe twisting a slight bit more. Inhaling, reaching the hands over the crown of the head, deep breath in. And a big breath out as you clear your space. Beautiful. Fingertips to the earth, walking your hands back behind the body until you can plant your palms to the earth. As you plant your palms to the earth, I encourage you to lift your chest and arch your spine and gaze up towards the sky. Good. Big breath in. Big breath out. Good. Big breath in. Open your heart. And a big breath out. Good. One more breath here. Big exhale. Soften your chest, your clavicle. Then gently start to draw your chin back towards your chest. Maybe bump up onto those fingertips and walk your way back to neutral. We're going to untuck the toes, untuck the feet now. Maybe pedal out the legs. Beautiful. Nice, beautiful staff pose here, adjusting if you need to. Nice straight spine, base of the spine is rooted, crown is lifted. Micro bend in the knees if you need it. Inhale, reach your hands to the sky. Give yourself a moment here. We're coming into a deep stretch and we haven't really loosened up or warmed up the body. So bending the knees can really help as you reach your hands forward. Let your chest and your belly kind of rest on your thighs if your knees are bent. Then consider maybe straightening your left knee and your right, or reaching for the outsides of your feet or opposite edges of your mat. Again, our focal point is going to be on the spinal column here. So as you inhale, maybe bump up onto your fingertips and gaze forward. Keep your spine straight. Then maybe just tips of your fingers walk forward slightly. Find your threshold and then pause. If the knees want to bend, allow them to soften. Soften the tops of your thighs, and you might notice that your fingertips drift a little bit more towards the front. Breathing in and out, allowing the back body to expand, holding this posture for 2 more breaths as we're really getting into those hamstrings. Kind of allowing and sending a message to our connective tissue, the fascia, the joints, the ligaments. Bring breath to those beautiful, soft areas. Beautiful. One more deep breath in. Notice this exhale might draw your heart a little bit closer to the tops of the thighs or your knees. And then on your next breath, just start to walk your fingertips back. That should feel like a really nice stretch in the backs of the legs. Beautiful. Leaning back and tucking the feet one more time here, coming into that same seated Sukhasana or easy pose. Beautiful. Hands to the tops of the knees this time. And we're going to, some people call this the Sufi grind. We're going to think like you're grinding coffee. Send your heart forward and then send your right rib cage to the right. As you exhale, come to the back of the body. Open up the back of the body, breathing in as you round through the left rib cage and back forward into your heart. Start your exhale as you rock to the right. Open up that right side body. Try to breathe nice and slow here. And then invite that inhale back again as your heart anahata comes forward. Last time, big exhale. Maybe close your eyes, tuck your chin as your heart reaches to the back of your space. Inhaling, coming forward, deep breath. And exhale, soften everything down. We're going to move to the other side. Good, big breath in. As you exhale, round your left rib cage. And then reach your heart chakra towards the back of your space. Inhale, come forward. Open your heart. Good. You might feel those cracks and opening up the side body, remembering that your left and right rib cage protect your beautiful heart. Inhaling, coming forward, and we're going to take one more rotation towards the back of the body. Close your eyes, make a beautiful shape with your beautiful body. Coming back forward, big breath in. And let your exhale soften everything. Good. Dropping your hands to the sides here. Inhale, we lift the hands to the sky. Good. Exhale, settle in. Soften the shoulders, palms face towards me. Good. Big breath in, maybe gazing up. And then paint the sky as you come all the way down. Plant the palms, rotate over the ankles, coming into tabletop pose. Moving your blocks or blanket to the side, but keeping those blocks with you in case we need them today. Again, studying your body and giving yourself what you need. So knees underneath the hips, palms are face down, tops of your feet are on the earth. So we're going to build a little bit of heat here. And first, we're going to start with just a few cat and cow. So really press away from the earth, draw your shoulders away from the ears. You should feel kind of a rounding of your tailbone down as you draw your navel up and in. Beautiful. Notice how when you make those little adjustments that your body feels so grounded here. On your inhale, drop the belly down, soften your elbows, shine your heart forward into a beautiful cow pose. Exhale, round from that tailbone, tuck your chin as much as you can and empty the lungs, maybe even pause with the lungs empty. Big breath in through the nose or mouth as you drop your heart down and forward, big breath. Exhale, round your spine. Good. Last time together, dropping the belly down, heart shines forward, big breath in, and a nice long breath out, tucking the chin and rounding the spine. Good. Next breath brings us back to neutral. And then I encourage you to come off the rails here a little bit, meaning make your own shape. So maybe draw your hips towards your heels, maybe make a big circle with your hips one way and then the other. Left hip towards left heel, right hip towards right heel. Just make some beautiful shapes here. Maybe rounding again through the rib cage, left and right. Awesome. This organic movement is so important to study your body so that you know where you're moving from. Coming back to that neutral tabletop, looping the toes under here as we come into a hovering table. Really use your palms to press down into the earth. Draw your shoulders away from the ears. Take a deep breath in. On your exhale, lift your knees about 3 inches up off the mat. You can find stillness here or perhaps rock your hips towards your heels. Building a little bit of heat. We're here for 5. Breathing, not holding the breath, and listening to your body for 4. For 3, 2, big breath in. And exhale, we drop the knees down, untuck the toes, dropping the forearms down. So forearms like railroad tracks here, maybe taking a moment to rotate out your wrists. So bottom is lifted towards the sky. We're going to loop the toes under and come into dolphin pose. So thinking about kind of like a downward dog with our forearms down. Press into the balls of your feet and slowly lift your bottom towards the sky. Perhaps working that left heel down as you bend the right leg. And then working that right heel down as you bend the left knee. Notice your shoulders and the sides of your neck. Allow your forearms to really be your foundation rather than crunching up through your neck. Breathing in, breathing out. Beautiful long line of the spinal column from crown of head to bottom of your spine. One more breath. And then we drop the knees down, keeping the forearms right where they are. Continue to walk your knees back, dropping your hips down, coming into Sphinx pose. Beautiful. Again, maybe rock your hips side to side. Round your tailbone down so you feel your sacrum really pressing down onto the earth. I'm already feeling this in my biceps here. So draw a line with your nose, gaze forward. Beautiful. Maybe draw a line with your nose all the way over to the right, gazing over the right shoulder. Gently, we come back through neutral. And then slowly gazing over to the left. Good. Coming back through center. Beautiful. Pressing into the forearms, lifting your forearms, setting your chest down and reaching your hands out to a T. So we're going to open the shoulders here, starting by bending the right knee and bringing your right palm next to your right rib cage, keeping that left hand extended out, pressing into your right palm, and then bringing that right foot all the way back behind the body. Perhaps your toes are on the earth, or perhaps you're able to plant your entire right foot to the earth, and then your left temple finds its way to the earth as well. That right hand can reach up and back behind the body, finding a bind, or it can stay right where it is, whatever feels the most grounding to you. Focal point is that left shoulder, breathing into that shoulder and breathing out to settle into the posture. Noticing that the weight of your body on the exhale deepens that stretch into the left shoulder. One more deep breath here. Big exhale. If you found that bind back behind your body, go ahead and bring your hand right back in front of your nose. And then gently roll over that left thigh, coming back to that neutral space, reaching your right arm all the way out. So getting into that right shoulder this time, bending the left knee, sending that left hand right next to your left rib cage, and then gently rocking over, bringing that left foot all the way to the earth. Right temple to the earth. Beautiful. Perhaps finding a bind like you did last time, or keeping that foundation grounded with your left hand just rooted in front of your nose. Breathing into your right shoulder. And again, notice that the exhale is where you settle in. Listen to your body. Breathing in and breathing out. Good. Last breath here. If you found that bind, go ahead and bring that left hand back in front of your nose and then gently roll over that right thigh, bringing ourselves back to a T. Beautiful. So we're going to bring our hands in to frame the rib cage. And when you're ready, looping the toes under and finding your way into a tabletop, or if you'd like a little bit of heat, into a plank pose. Beautiful. Just realign here. And then when you're ready, lifting your bottom up, finding that downward facing dog. Beautiful. We're going to pedal it out, working the left heel down and then the right. Beautiful. So ears are in line with your biceps. Maybe on the exhale, you soften the knees a little bit, encouraging your heart down towards the top of your thighs. We're here for 2 more breaths. Feel where your spinal column is here. Beautiful. Big breath in, maybe come up onto your tippy toes. And exhale, work your heels down towards the earth, stretching into your hamstrings. On your next inhale, you're going to float your right heel towards the sky. Square your hips, bend your right knee, and option to stack your hips here. If you choose to stack your hips, notice that your left and right wrist are still equally grounded to the earth, maybe rotating out that right ankle for a little 3-legged dog. Big breath in. And on your exhale, round forward, square your hips and drop your right foot down. Maybe pedal it out a little bit. Anchor your right heel towards the earth and float your left heel towards the sky. When you're ready, bending into that left knee and stacking the hips. Focal point here is more on the spinal column. If you anchor your right and left wrists and hands down, you can really feel this nice twist through the spinal column, opening up your hip, maybe rotating out that left ankle. Beautiful. Breathing in. And exhale as you square your hips and drop your left foot down. Beautiful. Realign in your downward facing dog. And when you're ready, walk your hands back towards your feet. Forward fold at the back of your mat. Uttanasana, maybe softening the knees left to right. Beautiful. Perhaps your hands find opposite elbows, micro bending the knees as your belly or chest rest on the top of your thighs, softening your head. Crown of the head is faced towards the earth. Beautiful. Focusing on that beautiful spinal column. Breathing in and expanding that rainbow of light. And breathing out. Maybe finding a sway from side to side. Beautiful. One more deep breath in. As you exhale, drop your hands away from the elbows, tuck your chin, and ragdoll to the top. Root to rise, really pressing those toes into the earth for that foundation. As you imagine a beautiful, energetic what's the word I'm looking for? Not sand dollar. Anyway, yeah. Hourglass, thank you. Hourglass of energy rushing back down to the feet. Awesome. So I'm going to face the camera here, finding that place in Tadasana, maybe rocking back and forth on the feet so that you can really feel grounded here, making sure that your feet are parallel to one another, softening the shoulders, tightening Uddiyana Bandha here at the belly, softening through the knees. Inhale, reach your hands to the sky. Fingertips touch, and then you're going to clear your space with a big exhale. Good. Coming into a big side stretch here. Big breath in. As you reach the top here, right hand grabs the left wrist. Focus on your feet here. And then as you exhale, gently reach your left fingertips towards the right side of your space. Soften through your shoulders, ground down through your feet. There's lots of things that you can focus on here. Inhaling, breathing into the left side body. Exhaling, drawing your navel in to lock in that foundation while you're really allowing that left side body to stretch. Your intercostal muscles reaching, opening. Good. Big breath in. Big breath out. Good. Inhale, coming back to neutral, hands to the sky. Exhale and soften the shoulders. Good. Big breath in. Left hand grabs the right wrist and use that exhale to reach right fingertips to the left side of your space. So noticing if you lose that integrity in your form here, the right arm wants to bend, keeping that right arm reaching, opening up the right side body, grounded through your feet, and tighten through your Uddiyana Bandha solar plexus. Good. Breathing in. Breathing out, feeling how this asana is really serving you. Inhaling, coming all the way back to neutral. Big exhale as we drop the hands down. Soften the shoulders. Tadasana. Just stand here for a moment, perhaps even close your eyes. So just checking in with our balance here. Soften through your knees. Reverse swan dive to the top. Deep breath in. On the exhale, we're going to bring our hands halfway down, palms facing towards the earth. Take a moment here to soften the shoulders. Pada bandha on your left foot. So really engage through your left foot. Press your left foot into the earth and then gently drift your right knee towards the sky, tightening the center of your body, your solar plexus energy. We're here for 3. Maybe finding that drishti or place on the earth where you can focus. We're here for 2. And on 1, flip your palms over. Inhale, reach your hands to the sky. Exhale, Tadasana mountain pose. Right foot finds the earth. Good. Feet parallel next to each other. Beautiful. Wiggle out the shoulders if you need to. Reground through the feet. Engaging that bond on the right foot this time. Inhale, reach your hands to the sky. Beautiful. Exhale, hands float halfway down. Take a moment to soften the shoulders. Tighten the belly. Engage through your right foot and then float the left knee towards the sky, finding that focal point. That focal point on the earth represents that midline. Breathing in and breathing out. Study, notice left or right hand side might be a little stronger on one side. Flipping the palms over. Inhaling, reaching your hands to the sky. And nice and slow, clear your space. Tadasana mountain pose. Already feeling that heat building. Maybe wiggle the body out, wiggle the shoulders out. And we're going to move into sun salutation C. I'll move through modifications, but also if you'd like to build a little bit more heat, I'll add on into this Surya Namaskar as well. So feet parallel to one another. Soften your knees. I like to imagine myself almost on a diving board, like I'm giving myself some fluidity in the body. Inhale, reach your hands to the sky. Big breath in. Exhale, draw a line, forward fold all the way down, nice and slow. Beautiful. Ardha Uttanasana, come into a halfway lift, big, beautiful, long, straight spine. Exhale, we float down to bow. Soften your knees as you plant the palms and step your right foot back. So traditional here would be dropping the right knee, shining the heart forward. For a little bit of heat, press into your left foot and come into a high crescent lunge. Deep breath in. Exhale, settle into this posture wherever you are, even if that right knee is down. Beautiful, moving nice and slowly through this Surya Namaskar. Inhale, maybe look up between your palms. Ride the exhale as you come down, frame your front left foot. Step it back, downward facing dog. Beautiful, inhale into plank pose, like you're at the top of a push-up here. Exhale, knees, chest and chin float down to the earth. Inhale as you come Bhujangasana, cobra pose, your version. Big breath in. Exhale, we find our way back, downward facing dog. Inhale as we step the right foot forward, making sure that that right foot makes it up underneath that right knee. Dropping your left knee or adding a little bit of heat by coming into crescent pose, lifting the hands to the sky. Big exhale as you settle in. Inhale, maybe gaze up between your palms. Ride the exhale as you slowly come down, frame your front right foot. Soften the left knee, step it forward. Forward fold. Beautiful, soften through your knees. Reverse swan dive it to the top. Big breath in. Exhale, hands to heart center, samastitihi. Good, moving to the opposite side. Drop the hands down, around and up. Deep breath in, palms to touch. Ride your exhale all the way down. Carve a big line. Inhale to that halfway lift. Nice flat back. Belly draws up and in. Exhale, bow. Soften your knees. Plant your palms. Step your left foot back. Option to drop that left knee, shining the heart forward. Or pressing into that front right foot. Lifting your hands to the sky. Good. Nice exhale. Settles us in. Inhale, gaze up. Exhale, big swan dive down and forward, framing the front right foot. Step it back, down dog. Beautiful. Next, exhale, top of a push-up. Good. Dropping knees, chest and chin down to the earth. Inhale as we come forward. Cobra pose, your version. And exhale finds us back, downward dog. Inhale, we're going to step the left foot forward this time, dropping that right knee if you need to, if you choose to, or reaching it up into a crescent lunge. Big breath in. Exhale to settle in. Good. Inhale, draw your gaze up. Exhale, big swan dive. Ride the exhale all the way down. Frame your left foot. Soften your right knee. Step it forward, forward fold. And reverse swan dive brings us to the top. And exhale comes down, hands to heart center. Good. Just take one breath to realign your energy. Big exhale. We'll continue. Soften the hands down, around, and up. Big breath in as your palms touch this time, inviting you to allow a big swan dive. Hands come left to right. Open up your heart center and dive forward. Inhale comes to a halfway lift, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale down to bow. Good. Soften your knees, plant your palms, step both feet back this time to plank pose. Beautiful. Working your heels towards the back of your space, making sure that your hands are underneath your wrists and elbows. Inhale, pivot forward on your toes. Exhale, send your heels back. Low belly draws in. Again, inhale, come forward on your toes. Exhale, heels back. This time, inhale forward, and then hug your elbows in, lower belly to earth. Beautiful. Inhale, cobra pose. Your version. Exhale, bow. Chest comes down to the earth. Loop the toes under. Option for tabletop or plank pose as we lift up. And find our way back down dog. Beautiful. Pedal it out. Soften your shoulders. Anchor your left heel down. Here we go. Inhale, right heel to the sky. Big breath in. Exhale, knee to nose. Upper body's in plank. Right knee comes in. Inhale, reaches it back. Good. This time, exhale, knee to nose. Look forward and step the right foot through. Good. Once you have that right foot through underneath your right knee, drop your left knee down. Good. Untuck the toes. Start walking the hands back slightly as we send the left hip crease towards the left heel, opening up into this runner's lunge. Right toes towards the sky. Big stretch in the back of that hamstring. Beautiful. You can pause here, just breathing into that right hamstring, or you can come forward, plant that right foot down, showing your heart, opening up that left hip crease. And then exhale, left hip towards the left heel, knee comes towards the nose. Inhale, coming forward. Exhale, reaching nose to knee. Good. Last time. Inhale, coming forward. And exhale, nose towards your knee, right toes towards the sky. Good. As you inhale, come forward, plant your right foot. Hands come to frame that right foot as you loop the toes under, lift the left knee. So here's an opportunity here to use blocks if that feels best. Using blocks can help you to find that neutral space, and then adding in heat if you wish by spiking that left heel towards the back of your space, slightly lifting the heart, and then sending your fingertips back like Superman arms, pulling the low belly in. Adding on from here, you'd reach your hands up over the head like you're holding onto a beach ball. Good. We're here for 2 more breaths. Breathing in, breathing out, modifying by bringing your hands to those blocks of the earth if you need to. 1 more breath in. Good. And exhale, coming down, moving your blocks to the side. Beautiful. Planting your palms, sliding your right foot all the way back, plank pose. Pedal it out here. And then an option for a vinyasa. So perhaps lean forward on your toes, hug the elbows in, chaturanga to up dog, belly to high cobra, or simply meeting back in a downward facing dog. Pedal it out. Find your breath. Find your rhythm. Find your love. Beautiful. Anchor that right heel down. Lift your left heel to the sky this time. Big breath in. Exhale, knee to nose. Take it nice and slow. Inhale, reach it back. Exhale, knee to nose. Look forward this time, and then gently step your left foot forward. Find your footing and then drop your right knee down. Untucking those toes. You can lean that left hip towards your left hip crease as your left toes rise up. Breathing in. And exhale, slowly drop your nose down towards your left knee. Inhale as you plant your left foot, come forward, opening up your right hip crease. And then exhale, send it back. Good. Inhale, coming forward, planting that left foot. Heart can shine forward, opening the right hip crease. And exhale, nose comes down towards your knee. Good. Let's do that one more time. Inhaling. Maybe your eyes are closed. Exhaling. Good. Just like before. On your next inhale, plant your left foot. Hands frame that left foot or find your blocks, whatever feels best. Loop the toes under, lift the right knee. Finding that foundation is very important before adding on. So maybe that right heel is just working back towards the back of your space and your hands are on blocks. If you'd like to add on, slight lift of the heart as your hands reach towards the back of your space, framing your hips. Level 2, 3, perhaps reaching hands overhead. We're here for 2 breaths. Good. Even here, finding that sukha, that ease. One more big breath in. Good. Exhale, hands come down, moving your blocks to the sides. Palms frame your foot as you slide that left foot back. Flowing through that vinyasa or reaching your hips to the sky and finding that downward facing dog. Beautiful. We meet downward facing dog. Inhale, lift up onto your tippy toes. Get nice and long here in the backs of the legs. Exhale, bend your knees and look forward. And then hop, walk, or float your way up. Forward fold. Inhale to halfway lift. Feels really lovely to straighten out that spine. Exhale, melt it down. Soften your knees. Big reverse swan dive up to the top. Palms to touch. Exhale, hands to heart. Good. Take a moment to adjust. Maybe wiggle out your hips a little here. Beautiful. So moving into a little chair pose to open up the back body and build a little bit of heat. So from Tadasana, knowing in your chair pose, your feet can be touching with kind of a zippered up effect through the thighs, or you can bring your feet hip distance apart for a little bit more of a challenge. So we'll start by dropping the hands down, around and up, reaching the palms over the head. So the palms are facing each other but not touching. And then exhale, as you soften your shoulders, maybe your hands float a little farther away from each other. Good. Inhale, gaze up between your palms. And as you exhale, palms come together and slowly bringing your hands in front of your heart as you soften into the knees. So whenever I come into Utkatasana, I like to bring my right hand under the belly, left hand to the back body to really make sure that my midline is engaged and I'm not kind of dumping into the low back muscles. So once you find that space, bringing your hands to a place that feels really comfortable for you. Perhaps Anjali Mudra. Maybe your arms are reaching out. Whatever feels best for you. We're here for 3. Big breath in. Big breath out. Draw that navel in. You've got this. We're here for 2. Good. Big breath out. And last one, deep breath in. And then exhale, Tadasana mountain pose. Beautiful. Coming into one-legged Tadasana again. Anchor down through your left foot. And when you're ready, float the right knee to the sky. Good. Inhale, reach your hands to the sky. Exhale, settle in. A little bit of flow here, a little bit of a challenge, maybe softening into your left knee slightly. On an inhale, you're going to reach that right foot back, keeping your hands extended. On your exhale, draw your right knee in, bend the knees. Good, 2 more. Inhale, reach the hands out, reach the right heel back. Focal point on that solar plexus. Exhale, knees and elbows come in. 1 more, reaching it out. Exhale. Good. Deep breath in. And then mountain pose. Wiggle it out. Let that left ankle release. Maybe rotate out that left ankle. Good. Feet to parallel. Soften through your knees. Inhale, reach your hands to the sky. Good. Exhale, settle in. Anchor down through your right foot, drifting that left knee to the sky. Good. Pause here. Find your foundation. On your next inhale, reach your left heel back, breathing in. And then on your exhale, slowly draw elbows to knees. Inhale, extend. Use that left glute here. Exhale, elbows to knee. Last one. Inhale, reach it out. Exhale, draw it in. Good. Big breath in. Exhale, mountain pose. Never underestimate the power of a wiggle. Beautiful. Here we go. So feet aligned, grounding down. You're on that diving board again. Soften through your knees. Inhale, reach your hands to the sky. Palms to touch, or big swan dive, yogi's choice. Make your way down into that forward fold. Ardha Uttanasana, halfway lift. Exhale, bow. Soften the knees, plant the palms here. Step the left foot back. Beautiful. Heel toe your right foot out slightly so it's directly underneath your right knee. Beautiful. When you're ready, high crescent lunge. Awesome. So again, inviting you to place your right hand under the belly, left back of your hand to find your midline and encourage that Uddiyana Bandha, tightening of the solar plexus energy. And then when you're ready, inhaling, hands back to the sky. Beautiful. So taking a little twist here, only if it feels good for you. Inhaling. On the exhale, drop your right hand all the way down and back towards the back of your space and find a twist here. Perhaps finding exalted warrior by reaching your right hand to the outside of your left thigh. Gaze can be down, left fingertips towards the sky. Good. Breathe. You've got this. One more breath. Exhale, return back to the twist. Good. Then drop your right fingertips down and forward. Inhale. Exhale, hands come down. Frame your front right foot. Walk your hands to the left, dropping your left heel down and coming into a wide leg forward fold. Good. Adjust through your feet and then maybe soften your knees left to right. Beautiful. You might want to bring a block underneath your nose here, or if you're able to plant your palms, beautiful. So right hand is placed just underneath your nose, keeping your hips nice and square. As you inhale, lift your left hand to the sky, big twist of your spine. Exhale, drop your left hand down, planting your palm, and then inhaling right hand to the sky. Move with your breath over my cue here. Right hand drops down on the exhale. Left hand lifts on the inhale. Good. Find your flow here. Moving side to side. Maybe close your eyes and invite that element of water one more time either side. Building the wave and then watching it crash down. Inhaling and exhaling. Beautiful. Walking your hands underneath your shoulder points. Inhale into a halfway lift with wide legs. We're going to pause here. Draw your belly in. Use the outer knife edges of your feet to kind of hold you here. Maybe your fingertips are on the earth or slightly lifted into this halfway lift. Big breath in. And on your exhale, drop your hands down. Walking your hands to the left this time, round your left toes forward and spike your right heel towards the back of your space. Once you've found your footing, make any adjustments that you need to. Press into your left foot and find that crescent lunge opposite side. Beautiful. Settle in. Perhaps drawing your right hand underneath your belly. The back of your left hand finds the back body. Study yourself with love here and feel how you're grounded through your root chakra all the way down to your feet. If you feel safe, inhale, hands to the sky. Really use your right glute here for that foundation. And if you'd like to find a twist, take a big breath in. Right hand stays lifted. Exhale, drop your left hand back and around, finding that twist. Beautiful. Soften the shoulders. Let your legs, your glutes really hold you here. Breathing in and breathing out, maybe finding that exalted warrior. Left hand finds the outside of your right thigh. Gazes down over that left hip crease. Good. Inhale and exhale. One more breath here. Exhale finds you back into that twist. Inhale drops the left hand down and up. And then big swan dive down to frame your front left foot. Beautiful. This time slide that left foot back, downward facing dog, or an option for vinyasa. Pedal it out if you need to. Move through that flow. And then find yourself back in that down dog. Beautiful. Good. Inhale up onto your tippy toes. Exhale, bend your knees generously, look forward, and make your way up to forward fold. Inhale to that Ardha Uttanasana, halfway lift. Ride the exhale all the way down to bow. Good. Soften through your knees. Reverse swan dive to the top. Palms to touch. Exhale, hands to heart center. Beautiful. Now that we've built into our peak pose, we're going to move into a beautiful dancer's pose. And this can look different for everyone and should look different for everyone because different is beautiful. So we've worked on our thighs, our spinal column, our grounding, and our balance. So let's move into a variation here of dancer pose. So when you're ready, inhale and lift your left hand to the sky. Let your right hand drop down, fingertips pointing towards the earth. Engage that Pada Bandha. Bandha means a lock, so you're locking your left foot to the earth, and you're gently bending your right knee. This is a beautiful variation with dancer right here with no bind at all, or you can continue to reach back and grab the top of your right foot, and then encourage your right knee back next to your left. Press your right top of your foot into your palm as you lean forward, lifting your right knee, maybe giving yourself a micro bend in that left knee and finding that drishti on the earth. Allow your belly to draw up and in. Good. Breathing in. Breathing out. Good. Breathing in. Breathing out. Focus here on the transition. Inhale. As you exhale, that right knee finds its way back towards the left. Release the right foot down. And then drop the left hand down. Wiggle, wiggle. I see you wiggling. You guys look adorable with your wiggles. Beautiful. So moving to the opposite side. Again, we want to anchor down first and then gently lift the right arm towards the sky. So with that right arm lifted, exhale into just this posture right here as you anchor down and engage your right foot to the earth. Bending the left knee and reaching to grab that left foot if you need to. Encouraging that left knee towards the right knee, softening into the right knee for foundation, and then kicking that left foot into your left palm. Find that drishti, that gaze, and study which side of the body feels a little bit more grounded. Maybe they're both balanced. No judgment, only awareness. Breathing in, breathing out. Breathing in, breathing out. Using this next breath to transition, inhale, as always, extend. Exhale, draw that left knee back towards the right. Release that foot down, and then drop the right hand down as well. Wiggle the shoulders, soften the knees, maybe rock your hips from side to side. Yes. Love those hips. Walking to the front of your mat here. Beautiful. And then bringing your feet to parallel. Soften through your knees. Inhale, reach your hands to the sky. Big breath in. Exhale, swan dive or draw a line all the way down to your forward fold. Inhale to a Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale down to a bow. Soften the knees, plant the palms, and step the feet back. Beautiful. So downward facing dog. So coming into a really deep hip opener here. So I'm going to take this nice and slow. Drawing your left heel towards the earth as you lift your right heel to the sky. Exhale as we come knee to nose, upper body's in plank. Draw the low belly in. Inhale, reach the right foot back. And this time, listen to my voice. On your exhale, you're going to bring your right foot to the outside of your right hand. So maybe it's off of the mat. Work your left heel towards the back of your space. And then perhaps start to draw your left knee towards the earth, untucking the toes. If that creates too much of a stretch, you can stay with that left heel, that left knee lifted. If you're able to bring your left knee down, dial your right toes out to about 2 o'clock. Lean over onto the right outer edge of that right foot and open up those hips. Right hip opening, left hip crease is nice and extended as well. And then perhaps you can work your forearms down onto a block. Even deeper stretch here. Level 2, 3, you may be able to bring your forearms down to the earth. Again, moving into your threshold, but never past it. Notice here as you inhale, find the exhale and soften into the posture. We're here for 2 more breaths, modifying as needed. Again, maybe planting your right foot and lifting your left knee can alleviate any tension. Good. When you're ready, finding your palms back on the earth here. And you really want to come out of lizard pose nice and mindful. Loop the toes under, lift the left knee. And then very gently, you want to pull your navel towards your spine and reach that right foot all the way back, 3-legged dog. When you're ready, downward facing dog, so you can pedal it out, releasing the hips. Good. Opposite side here, draw your right heel towards the earth. Inhale, left heel to the sky. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, reach it back. And this time when you're ready, knee draws in and that left foot steps to the outer edge of your left hand. Spike your right heel towards the back of your space and then play with dropping the right knee down. Untucking the toes. Dialing the left foot out to about 10 o'clock. And then finding a variation that serves you. Perhaps your palms just stay on the earth. Maybe you rock into that outer knife edge of your left foot. Maybe dropping your forearms down. Using a block. Close your eyes. Breathe deeply into those open spaces. Draw energy and light into all the cells of your body. You are infinite, expansive, and never-ending. Breathe. This is actually a beautiful posture to hang out in, to really open up and release any stagnant energy in the hips, the emotions. Good. Taking one more cleansing breath wherever you are, and then starting to consider unraveling. Maybe bringing those palms down, looping the toes under of your right foot, lifting your right knee. Really use those palms as foundation as you draw the left foot all the way back, 3-legged dog, and then anchor down, downward facing dog. Beautiful. Pedal it out. Should feel really beautiful to take a deep breath. Come up onto your tippy toes. Exhale, bend your knees. Keep them going all the way down to the earth. Send your knees to the outer edges of your mat, big toes to touch, and then sink into extended child's pose, heart to earth, hips to heels, third eye to the earth. Close your eyes and breathe. Each exhale softening you deeper, reminding you that these beautiful bodies house our energy, provide for us, heal us, and love us. Beautiful. Taking one more deep breath here. And as you exhale, slowly starting to unravel out of this child's pose, maybe placing your palms to the earth and finding your way back into a neutral tabletop. Beautiful. I'm going to face the camera here. And when you're ready from a tabletop, untuck your toes and walk your hands back towards your knees, coming up onto the knees. Good. Maybe rocking your hips from side to side. Ah, beautiful. So opening up the heart here before we come into the end of our practice here. So on the knees, the option is to loop the toes under, again, finding your midline. So I tend to kind of sink my hips forward. So it's really mindful for me to allow that connection of energy to straighten the spine. So with those toes looped out under and the spine nice and straight, inhale, hands to the sky. Coming into variations of camel pose here. As you exhale, bring the hands back behind the body, fingertips facing down, and find that place of your low back to really rest the palms of your hands here. Encourage your elbows together, opening up your heart. Take a deep breath in. And then as you exhale, lean back, feeling your low back pressing into your hands as you draw your gaze to the sky. Keep a nice tight belly here and notice that this is a perfect camel pose. Level 2, you can continue by reaching your hands back to grab your heels, opening the heart even more. And then the full expression would be untucking the feet and really opening up the chest, the spine. This can feel very uncomfortable. So please move through, not past, your threshold. When you're ready to come out of your camel pose, focus on your chin, drawing your chin towards your chest, tighten your belly, maybe lifting one hand and then the other. Beautiful. Counter stretching that, untucking the toes, drawing your hands to the earth, and maybe finding one more Balasana, child's pose, rounding the spine. Maybe this time traditional child's pose with the knees closer together, reaching your hands back to grab opposite heels. Good. Breathing in, opening up that back body. Breathing out. Placing your palms to the earth. Starting to lift up and finding your way onto your bottom. Beautiful. So bringing yourself to the center of your mat. Drawing your heels towards your bottom to the point where you can place your feet flat down on the earth. Again, another really beautiful opportunity here to focus on the spinal column. Bringing your palms to your knees, encouraging your heart towards the tops of your thighs. So you're kind of real close here, as close as you can be, drawing your shoulders down, but allowing your spine to be really nice and erect, but not rigid. So I really want you to engage your solar plexus here because you're going to reach your hands out, but not move your spine at all. So reaching your hands out, notice there's a little bit of resistance there. You might start to feel it in your hips. Good. Breathe in here. Low body stays the same. As you exhale, reach that heart chakra towards the back of your space. Draw the lower rib cage in, soften the shoulders. Beautiful. Maybe your heart reaches back a little bit farther until your feet want to float up. Boat pose. Modification would be drawing your hands underneath the knees to hold on here. Level 2, hands reaching out, palms are facing each other. Level 3, adding a little bit of movement, holding this big, beautiful ball of light, and then passing it underneath your left knee, keeping the spine nice and straight, and then under the right. Good. Moving here for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Returning back to your variation of boat pose. Beautiful. And then drawing your hands underneath the knees and coming back with your heart towards the tops of your thighs. You can bring your hands to the tops of the knees now. Big breath in. On the exhale, big, generous softening of the spine as you tuck your chin and roll it back. Rolling back onto your spine here, maybe rocking your hips from side to side. Should feel really good. Good. Maybe opening up the knees away from each other, rounding out your ankles and finding a variation of happy baby. I love to have my peace fingers grab my big toes, maybe coming into that big stretch and rocking side to side, inviting in that playful inner child. She or he is right there, wanting to play and experience and create, opening up our imaginations. In this downtime that we find ourselves in a more quiet place, remember the imaginative side of you, that little girl or boy who wanted nothing else than to play and create. Unraveling out of that happy baby, bringing those knees in towards each other, and then bringing the bottoms of your feet down to the earth. Finding a little micro movement to release the low back. So maybe even press the back of your head to the earth, lift your chest and place it back down. So micro movement here, bringing our hands to either hip. So the hands are on the hips, feet are placed to the earth. On your inhale, you're going to rock your hips towards your heels, creating an arch in the back as your spine leaves the earth, creating a nice arch. On the exhale, rock your hips towards your heart and press your belly button towards your spine. Your bottom stays on the earth. This is just a micro movement here. Inhaling, rocking your hips towards your heels, creating that arch. Exhale, pressing your spine down and rocking your hips towards your heart. Beautiful asana or exercise to neutralize the spine. Last one, inhaling, rocking your hips towards your heels. And exhaling as you really press your spine towards the earth. Good. Now that your spine is really pressed to the earth, drop your hands to either side of the hips, palms facing down. Maybe walk your heels a little bit closer towards your bottom as we move into a bridge pose variation. So planting your feet here, wiggling those 10 toes into the earth. When you feel grounded, imagine that there is a golden tether of light from your solar plexus. Press into your feet, starting to lift that solar plexus towards the sky. Your hips are lifting as well. About halfway there, you're going to tuck your shoulders underneath you and continue to rise. If it feels comfortable here, really press into the outer edges of your feet for foundation. See if you can tuck your chin slightly, maybe even gazing at your belly. As you inhale, fill up your beautiful belly with oxygen, prana, air. And as you exhale, allow and maybe even watch that belly come down back towards the spine. 2 more just like that. Inhaling, filling the belly. Let your glutes and your legs hold you here as you exhale and let that belly button drop back down. Last time, deep breath in. Big breath out. Good. This time we're going to transition. Inhale, big breath in. Hold your breath. Feel the fullness here, your buns, your thighs, your belly, your chest, and big exhale as you start to lower your hips down. Pause to untuck the shoulders, and then keep it going all the way down. And now adding whatever organic movement feels good to you. Maybe that's drawing the knees back in to round or scoop the spine. Maybe coming into a shoulder stand or a twist before finding our way together into our best and most comfortable and comforting shavasana. So giving you about another minute here to just move your body in the most organic way. Maybe finding a pillow or blanket to cover yourself as we move into our most sacred posture. As we surrender. Reminding you, my loves, that surrender does not mean giving up. It means letting it be as it is. So perhaps you're in a Supta Baddha Konasana, or maybe reaching your feet off of your mat, releasing your spine, and finding a place for your palms to rest either towards the sky, or perhaps on your belly or your heart. As you close your eyes, surrender. Isvara Pranidhana. Surrender to what is without judgment, without condition, without preference. Soften the forehead. Soften the jaw. Soften the sides of your neck and the pit of your throat. Imagine light pouring in, clearing away any psychic debris. Soften your clavicle and your chest, your shoulders. Feel your heart expand in limitless love and compassion. Soften your rib cage and feel the beautiful rise and fall of your belly. You are infinite. Softening the hips, the pelvis, the back body. Beautiful warm light like honey dripping down the legs, the knees, down the calves into the ankles and feet. From this beautifully calm place, love your body right where you are. To surrender is to let love in. To surrender is to stop grasping and allow love to be our compass. If it feels like love, say yes. Feel and sense the cells of your body strengthen. Your body is in a state of healing and homeostasis. As always, giving yourself permission to stay in your corpse pose, your shavasana, as long as you need to today. Perhaps now bringing some depth to your inhales and exhales, remembering that the breath carries the prana, and the prana carries the life force all the way down to every cell of your body. So consciously bring that prana to any areas of your body that might need love today. That might be a physical space, might be a mental space, or even emotional space. Love yourself fully as you are. If you've sent love to a particular physical area of your body, see if you can actually feel a vibration there or a warmth. You have everything you need to heal your body completely. Perhaps when you're ready, my loves, beginning to wiggle or add movement to your fingers and toes. Maybe start to lovingly draw your knees in towards your chest or reach your hands overhead for a nice, beautiful stretch. Let joy and well-being begin to rise in the body, mind, and spirit. As you gently take a moment to roll over to your left or right hand side. Allow yourself to be here. And then when you're ready, gently placing your hands to the earth and finding yourself back in your favorite seated posture. Maybe that's a sukhasana or half lotus. Again, taking one more opportunity for that svadhyaya, for that study. Inviting you to place your palms together, allow your thumbs to find their way to your sternum, and then dropping your chin down towards your chest. Regard that beautiful belly of breath to rise and fall. As always, reaching into my own heart to thank you for carving out the time and the space to be here, knowing that you are loved, wanted, and needed. Please, as always, do take your love, my love, with you as I take your love with me out into our day. Raising the thumbs to the third eye in a reminder of our infinite connection. The light in me sees and honors the light in you. Namaste.